Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, December 13th here, and we're going to take a look at the futures and at a watch list here that I have brewing. All right, so here's the futures. We're up marginally. We are up, but up marginally. You can see across the top here, we really hit a line of resistance, and we have popped through that here this morning, so we will continue to watch, see if we get that continued move. Friday, we edged higher. Mostly led by tech. Apple, Microsoft, those big names really came in big for us last Friday, and we ended, if you go back and look at the SPY, let's just take a look at the SPY on the 1 minute, or on the 5 minute from the end of yesterday, or end of Friday. Look at that push. Wow, we were looking for a push that kept us green. And look at that move, really built volume right into the end of the day. So this week we have FOMC on Wednesday, and then on Friday is quad witching. So keep that in mind. And we're really getting close, full steam ahead into the holiday season, which does trade lighter. So all of those things kind of adding to some pressure, I think, on the markets overall. So anyway, but let's get back here to the futures. They're looking, there we go. Dang it. I don't know. I'm hitting the wrong buttons. There we go. Like I said, edging higher just above previous resistance, previous resistance, previous resistance. We'll see if we can put in a higher close, not just a higher overall. I don't need to hit the 470. What I'm going to be watching for is a close, an all-time high close. So it doesn't mean we have to be over that 447.40. It means that we need to close, the actual close needs to be higher than the previous high close, which was on Friday. So just keep an eye on that. Now, what are we watching this morning? Well, not gonna lie, I'm kind of watching Apple. Apple is continuing on here, getting really close to that 182.86, which will make it a $3 trillion market cap. And on Friday we talked about it, and I did tell everybody, I think when we hit that number we might get a bit of a pullback, might get a nice push through it, but then a pullback into that. So just keep that on your radar. May not happen, just overall we have seen that as they've made these new highs, or these new benchmarks, if you will, that it has pulled back after that. So we just want to be prepared in case it does decide to do that. All right, well, let's hop into some other names. Microsoft, right? These are all great day traders. Microsoft, beautiful squeeze happened there on Friday, and then we popped out to the top side and above all of this resistance that we had previously. So looking for continuation in Microsoft, and probably just a day trade for right now. We do have a monthly pivot coming up at just shy of 345. But on these, I do like the 345s and the 350s. Lots of activity in Microsoft, so you can pretty much throw a dart at those chains, and they are pretty liquid. If you want to come back, and the same with Apple, I'd be cautious of hitting that 3 trillion mark. But we playing right at the 180 or 185s looks good in Apple. All right. Now back to the regularly scheduled programming. So we're going to look at S. This is one that came up on Friday, Sentinel-1. Nice little move, nice open candles after earnings, nice open candles here. I very much like Sentinel-1 as long as it stays over the 8, and I'm looking at the 55s in January for Sentinel-1. Nice, very orderly little chart there. FDX, right? We're all ordering stuff online where we have earnings coming up, so this will be a shorter term catalyst, but you can see this trend line that we have in here need to push anything over the high from Fridays, where I would be looking on FDX, and I like the 250s in FDX. Well, UPS, big competitor, you can see we came right up to some resistance. Now, I'm not sure I would be willing to hold this through the FDX earnings because they will move in sympathy. So probably a little bit shorter of a trade, but hanging in here pretty nicely. Like I say, right up to that resistance. I like UPS. I like the 210s. Datadog, we were watching last week's made some nice moves, pulled in and hanging here, still on top of the 34. So we have some nice support right here. So I like that. Looking for a move back through the 20 in Datadog. I like the 175s, but needs to see a clear reversal. If we start to trade down, I would trade that right down to the 50. Home Depot, just kind of consolidating here. Nice move post earnings, just consolidating here. Nice open window candles. Like the look of Home Depot. Anything over Friday's close, and on Home Depot, the 420 is looking pretty good. Go back and test that previous high at 420.65. Well, if you're looking at lows, you might as well go over and look at Home Depot, which did give us an all-time high close on some lower volume there. Looking for potentially a little consolidation, but if not, the 270s above Friday's high, and use the low of that candle as your stop. Kohl's, they've had a lot of activist investor news lately. I like, you can draw a trend line in here. There you go. Anything over the high from Friday. Pretty big push there. A lot of volume, big push. Closed up over the 50. Needs to stay over that 50. Like the look in KSS for the 55s. Well, Airbnb is a little trickier because we are hearing that there have been some confirmed deaths from the Omicron variant, but the variant itself is not as lethal, as deadly. So we started to see a lot of these names come right back into play. I like this. It's moving over the 20 here, and I thought it would take a few days, but that 20 is a pretty good line in the sand. What I would be watching for is a open, and then for a swing trade, I would on a close over the 20s where I would look for Airbnb, and in those I would look at the 185s. All right, a couple other names. Peloton just got taken out to the woodshed, hasn't it? Look at this thing. Gave up all of this support, just looking for a bounce in Peloton. So I would stay very close to the money, and that would just be a day trade. Oracle, huge earnings, right? It's coming back in. Keep an eye on this one for today to potentially put in an inside candle and then play off that candle tomorrow. So just kind of keep it on your watch list here to see how that continues to move. And we're going to put cost in that too. So cost, when you look at the candle right now, we're sitting right in the top part of this very bullish post-earnings candle. What I would watch for here is today to see if we put in and just hold a little candle right near in the top 25% of this bullish candle, and then tomorrow, if we get that close, that is a very good sign for a push again higher, but probably some pretty decent profit taking here in cost today. So just a few to kind of keep an eye on in the next few days. Also, Tesla's clinging to that 50 there. We've had these pretty long tails open window, which, is a more bullish sign, but we're still pretty close to that 50. Day trade here, possibility in Tesla. Lots of pressure up ahead, but, it can certainly blow right through that. But some of the other names I would keep an eye on, Lucid holding on to the 50 as well. So those look pretty decent. All right. That is it for me this morning. I hope you have a fantastic day. Remember, tomorrow I will not be in the room. I'll get it up and running, but I will be at court all day, so I will be out. If you have any questions, reach out, Heather C. at givingtreetrading.com.